Welcome back, everyone, to the Capitals GM mode, and we are here to continue the Year 5 regular season simulation. I got a few things I want to talk about in this video. I've got everything written down. I want to update you guys on what's going to be happening next week for the channel, because I have discussed it before in the last video that I was unsure about what was going to be happening video-wise next week, but I can assure you the schedule will be on point. We will be fine. Nothing major. You won't go a week without videos, trust me. I will be fine. I thought I wouldn't be fine with my schedule next week, but turns out we'll be okay. I want to talk about, besides that, two things. We have to talk about the Penguins. We have to talk about their signing and their trade. And the NHL 16 beta was released. I don't have it. I trade in NHL 15 for next gen, so I didn't get it. But I have seen a lot of videos on it, so I am pretty knowledgeable about the beta itself, so that's pretty exciting. So we got to talk about that. But first of all, we have to talk about the things that I have done based on your comments. I've done a few things this team. I want to show you guys quickly, and then we'll just get into simming. Shouldn't take long. We're going to go up to trade deadline, and we're depending on what happens with this team, we're going to skip through the trade deadline. I don't want to wait before, unless we're doing really bad. Then we might need to make more trades. But I don't think that'll be likely. I think we're pretty set here. So you guys were saying to change the defense. So as you can tell by looking at defense, it's a lot different. As you can see, 90 overall Morgan Rielly and 86 overall Falk. We got rid of Green, we got rid of Niskanen, and we replaced them with these guys. So we traded Mike Green and a 2019 first from Vancouver that we got in the Palat deal for Morgan Rielly. Then we traded Niskanen and a 2019 4th and 5th picks. Those were ours for Justin Falk. Much better players than Green and Niskanen. I'll show them to you right now. I just put them in when it comes to lines, I just threw them into the positions that those two players used to be in. So I'll just quickly show you guys the stats of Falk and Rielly. So there you guys go. You can just comment on that. One thing that's good about yeah, that was weird. I just randomly, my back door opened. No, that was weird. Anyway, one thing that's good about Rielly there is the fact that he has 1 year left on his contract, so we are able to do some damage with that in the offseason. Yeah, what the fuck was that? The back door just randomly, I heard a beep. You guys probably heard too, but whatever. Anyway. So yeah, it's a good thing about Rielly. He's got 1 year left, looking pretty solid there. Justin Falk, I'll show you guys him now. Falk, he's on a pretty good deal for the next 2 years, under $5 million, so it's pretty good. Better stats than Niskanen all around. Younger player, just better in general. So, yeah, that's really all I have to talk about with the changes to the team. Now let's talk about the Sutter trade and then the NHL 16 beta. I'll have to go over that a little bit. Let me get a drink. Oh, that was my dad at the back door. I can see him out there right now. That was him. Scared me a little, but we're fine. We're all good here. So, let's get some simming done. I just want to make sure everything's good before I start. I had fun at the cottage for a few days there. I was hoping I would get back Thursday to record, but not really. Not good enough. This is coming out really late for me on Friday. I went and saw Mission Impossible Rogue Nation earlier today, so I can talk about that as well. So we have three things. I'll talk about the movie quick while I'm just making sure the lines are good. Movie was good, probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10, really. I like action movies. It's one of those films that I don't just need to dive in and think about, really. So, pretty good film. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I've only seen Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol. I never saw the first three Mission Impossibles. I enjoyed it. I really did. It wasn't a generic action movie to me. It was comparable to James Bond. I'm really torn. Do I like James Bond more, or do I like Ethan Hunt as a spy more? That's Tom Cruise's character, as you know. James Bond's more iconic, but I mean, you know, it's the newer James Bonds are better than the old ones, really. The old ones are just hokey. The newer ones are up to par. They're really good, so yeah. Anyway, I'll move on to the next topic. What I really want to talk about the Sutter trade and NHL 16. But one thing I have to mention though is like I said, I just threw these two new players into the area, into the position where Niskanen and Green were. They're playing those positions that they were. So if you want me to change them and reverse everything around and move the defense and shit like that, I can do that as well. I just want to see how it goes in this video with, with Riley and Falk playing the positions that Green and Niskanen had. So anyway, let's talk about the Sutter trade, and the Eric Fehr signing. Eric Fehr, my boy Eric Fehr. I have a signed stick from him with the Washington Capitals when I went and saw Pittsburgh play Washington in Consol Energy Center. So this is great. I love Eric Fehr. I think he's a great player. Superb, really. I think he's just going to be a great third line player, and really, I honestly think he could play second line if it needed to happen. I know he's injured; he won't be back for a little bit. He won't be back till mid-November or something like that. So we'll just have to wait till then. But bam! I really like this. I was so excited for this, man. I really was. Eric Fehr signing. Now, the big thing is the Sutter trade. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting, because I love Sutter. When I first heard the deal, I was like, what? How could they trade Brendan Sutter? You know, it was kind of like, oh my god, how's this happening right now? But then I dove deeper, and I looked at the analytics, and I know I'm not a big analytic person, but Sutter's a great hockey guy. He's a great character player, but his numbers, I mean, he had 21 goals, but still, his possession numbers and his all-around game wasn't the best it could be. It really wasn't that good compared to Bonino and Glendening's. And Glendening's a great addition, young defenseman we can add to the lineup for depth. We also got a second-round pick, and we gave them our third-round pick. So we moved up in the draft, and we got a better player than Sutter, really. Bonino is better. He is a better player. Plus, Sutter gets a chance to, move up in the lineup of Vancouver there. He has a chance to play second line, He's getting that chance, so good for him. So all around, I think Pittsburgh won the Sutter deal. I think Jim Rutherford finally did a good move. I'm sad to see him go, but as I look deeper into it, I was like, ooh, this is actually good for us. This is really good. So, yeah. So we'll go up to a trade deadline here. Like I said, we're 25-21. Not that good, but you never know. It could change. We can change the lines at the trade deadline. Of course, you guys will have your opinions about that. But the big thing for this episode, I just want to touch on the Sutter deal and the Eric Fehr signing because it wasn't really as big as the NHL 16 beta, really. I don't have it, like I mentioned, because I trade in the game, but I've seen a lot of videos on it. I've seen 2BC Productions do it. I've seen other videos about the beta and EASHL gameplay, things like that. I've 2BC's video showed all of the. He clicked on all the icons in the menu, and it showed like a bit about the game mode, and everything looks a lot different. Definitely, the screens look way different. Green's on the All-Star team, and so is Carlson. That's great. Green did make the All-Star team. We just need to improve our defense, man. Green was doing well for us. He really was, but you need to go. So, the beta, let's talk about it. The modes pretty much look the same as NHL 15's, honestly. The outlook of the game of GM mode looked similar to NHL 15's. But the EASHL gameplay itself was the thing that I noticed the most. So, let's talk about it. The goalies are completely different. Holy shit, that was something that blew me away. The goalies are so different. And it looks cool, but I don't know how it feels because I haven't played it, right? So it looks cool and it looks really swift how the goalies like move side to side and they got their glove up and it makes sense. But does it feel good? You guys tell me, because you guys, I'm sure some of you guys have played the beta and you've probably tested goalie. So it looks cool, and it seems like now that all the controls are different, it kind of works a little more. I hope it's a little more user-friendly. I'm not saying that it is, because I haven't played, obviously, but I hope that it's more user-friendly. But if it isn't, you guys let me know. I want to know what you guys are feeling with the goalies here. I really do. Computer AI looked a lot better. It really did. Like, the videos that I was watching, especially the 2BC one, the AI was playing a lot better. They were actually passing the puck a lot more, playing very well. But the passing still seems a little off. EA, come on, fix that. Passing, I didn't like it in HL's 15. I didn't like the passing on Next Gen. Really didn't. So, overall, goalie was my biggest concern, because everything else looked fine. It looked great to me. It looked pretty good. Everything was going well. Goalie is just the iffy position. It just kind of looked strange in a way. You know what I mean? It just kind of looked a little off, but it also looked good. Like, I was torn. I was really torn, because it looked good, but did it play well? You know what I mean? Is it just too wonky, back and forth, whatever? I don't know. I haven't played it. That's just what it felt like to me, and based off the description everyone was telling me in the videos. So, you guys let me know about that. Yeah, so what else is there? EASHL beta. Well, it was just, they talked about HUT a lot in the trailers. It's always back to HUT, right? It's always got to be HUT. HUT. So, hopefully I can get into HUT this year a lot more. Like I did in NHL 13, I got into HUT a lot. NHL 14 was kind of and then NHL 15, I barely did anything with HUT. You guys saw barely any HUT action for this game. It was mainly GM mode. But, yeah. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about with this. There really isn't that much. That's what I can get from it. The goalie is the biggest standpoint. So, EASHL goalie players, let me know. If you're watching this, let me know what you think. What's it like? Is it a little off? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you have mixed opinions on it? Let me know. Let me grab a drink here. So, I'm not sure if I talked about this in previous videos, because I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm just stupid and forgetful. But I did see Ant-Man as well in theaters. I want to talk about that. Might as well, right? Talking about movies, talk about Mission Impossible. Let's talk about Ant-Man. If I already mentioned this in a previous video, tell me to fuck off and rewatch your videos before you make a new one, so then you don't fuck shit up and talk about things you already talked about. So, I'm going to mention Ant-Man after I sneeze. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, wait, I didn't. Wait. There it is. Oh, fuck. Okay. Anyways, bless me. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's talk about Ant-Man. I liked the movie. I did. I like that movie. I'm not ESHL. GM mode's I'm turning into a film critic when I play now. Oh, yes, let's review movies while we play GM mode. Oh, yes. So, Ant-Man I really enjoyed. I thought Paul Rudd did an exceptional job. I thought he was an awkward person to play Ant-Man, you know what I mean? Because he's known for more of the comedy rather than the action film. But anyway, just second here. 35, 26, and 3 at trade deadline. Not bad, not good, could be better. So you guys can mention the line changes. We'll just look at all these trades now. We got to see the stats and everything like that. So Abdelkader from Detroit to Winnipeg. All right. Jelena for a couple first-round picks there. Okay. To Boston. There's our trades. There's nothing much has happened. Yeah. Ant-Man, yes. I thought Michael Douglas was great. I really did. Thought he was awesome. I thought Evangeline Lilly was great as Hope, as his daughter. The villain was a little bit you know what I mean? The movie's still like an 8 to 9 out of 10 for me, same as Mission Impossible. But the villain wasn't as cool as it was in Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, the villain was pretty cool. And the Ant-Man film was pretty cool, but in the end, they were both kind of, like, forgettable in a way. You know what I mean? They didn't stand out to you like the Green Goblin did in Spider-Man, you know? But overall, they were decent villains. They weren't the best, but they weren't bad, you know? They were a little bit better than average. You know what I mean? They didn't really stand out for me. Like, I didn't even know the name of the actors that played the villains in both of these movies, but very good. Ant-Man was a pretty big surprise, really, because I didn't think it would be as good as it was, but, you know, it shocked me, man. It really did. It was one of my favorite Marvel movies. So Matt Duchene's on Winnipeg now for a first-round pick, and the player that Bruins selected 15th overall, that surprise player there, that Zachary, can't pronounce his last name, whatever. So there's the trade deadline. We'll look at the stats now, 35, 26, and 3. So yeah, overall, 2 good films you should really see, Ant-Man and Mission Impossible. Really great stories. I did like Mission Impossible more than Ant-Man, though. I will say that. If you just like to turn your brain off and watch an action film, you can watch Mission Impossible. But there is a little bit of thinking in Mission Impossible. I shouldn't say that. That's kind of dumb. There is a little bit of thinking, because it is kind of confusing. Ant-Man is more of the film that you would turn your brain off and just watch it than Mission Impossible. I should say that. But both great films. You can just enjoy, have fun with some friends, you know. It's not like Inception or anything where you have to think overly hard, that much. But beginning of Mission Impossible is kind of confusing for me. So any of you guys seen those movies, let me know what you think. I'm really excited for James Bond, Star Wars coming up, you know, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, let's finish this GM mode video off right now. Let's just finish this up. So we are 11th place in the league. We're looking pretty good here. Vancouver dropped off, a lot. I traded that first round pick to them. But we're looking all right here. We're looking all right. Let me grab a drink of water before I continue. So goals 4, we are actually in the lead. There we go. It's something we haven't been in. We haven't been in that position ever, I don't think. Alright, so goals against, 20th, still could improve, but we have lots of room for improvement. You guys said we can change up the defense, you know. I want your opinions. Maybe all the lines in general, not just defense. So, power play 21%, that's pretty fucking good. 7th in the league. Here's something that can use some improving. The penalty kill. That's probably why we're letting in a lot of goals. We need to change up the penalty kill. 29th in the league, 77.5%. That's pretty bad. So, alright, let's go look at the stats. Finish this video off. You guys give me all your line change suggestions. Let me see. Just give me a minute. 9 friends online. Just want to check something before I continue. No, okay. I'm looking for a couple people that are online. I want to go on the Xbox One after this. But anyway, let's see. All right, let's click sort by points. So we got Ovi with 72, 36 goals, pretty good. Eichel's got a point per game, that's good. Backstrom's looking good in that second line. Vrana's got 61, looking good. Marner's looking real good, 30 goals. Burakovsky's looking good. Riley's looking good. Falk and Riley, point leaders, despite only being here for some time. Carlson's doing well. Sutter's doing well. Yeah, okay, we got some depth here. We got some depth scoring. We're doing well. Doing all right here. So, plus 28, plus 23, 23, 16. All right, good plus players as well. Ovechkin's doing really well. Holtby was the big question because he wasn't doing well at the end of the last video. He had really horrible goals against. It is improving a little bit, still kind of bad. 2.86, 29, 21, and 2. Only a 907, 907 save percentage with 1 shutout. I'm thinking that Holtby's days are numbered with our team. I think we should get a younger goalie. He hasn't been doing well the past couple years. Hopefully he can bounce back for this last regular season video. So yeah, guess that's really all I have to talk about. I showed you guys all the stats and everything. Everything's good. We're going to stop here. So I'm going to end the video here. You guys let me know any line changes. What you think of the moves I did. I think I did well. I think this is these are 2 of the better moves of the Capitals GM mode so far. So leave your suggestions on what I should do before the start of the last Year 5 regular season video. And yeah, leave your opinions on everything that I talked about in this video, whatever it may be. Leave me your suggestions for what I should talk about in the next video. I'm sure some NHL news will pop up soon. But anyway, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.